Hello and welcome everyone to today's tips and tricks for the month of May. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to join us for tips and tricks. This is something that I look forward to each month. I also think about it a lot and try to figure out what the best information is that I can present to you all that would warrant you to take, up to a half hour out of your day to join in on this conversation. So it's my hope that you all are here to learn something new and that I can provide that to you. My name is Tim Sessions. I'm the Director of Client Services. I have Ketty on as well, and she will be providing you with the link to enter the giveaway. If you're a veteran to our tips and tricks, then you will know that we give away $100 at the end of the call, and you must be present to win. So please stick around till the end so that we can award somebody that $100 gift card. Anyway, let's jump right into the agenda today. We're going to have somewhat of a quick tips and tricks so you can get back to your day pretty early. Obviously, we just went through the welcome and the Aptivata sweepstakes. It should be there in the chat. Kitty, if you could change that to everyone when you post that, then they should be able to see it. You should see the link here shortly in the chat. There we go. It should pop up. It's that U link there. So go ahead and click that and enter, and then jump back into the presentation. I want to go over a couple of platform updates. You may have seen some pop-ups about these within the dashboard, but I want to give some clarification on some of those and then maybe answer any questions that might come up about those. And then I want to talk about a little feature that we've added that will allow you to give user feedback. We view it, we take it seriously, and we want more people to let us know what you would like to see within our product. Let me double check. It says that the promotion has ended. Let me jump out for a second and make sure that we are in the right one. Sorry about that for the hang up there. Katie, do you want to check that one on the schedule and just make sure that
yeah, I'm jumping in right now. I'll be ready in a second.
Cool. Apologies, everyone. You'll have another chance to, well, as soon as we get it up and running, you can take the time to enter that. So apologies for that, Katie. Feel free to interrupt me when you have that ready to go. Then, of course, we'll have some questions at the end and pick our winner. Thanks for letting us know about that little hiccup there. All right, let's jump into platform updates. One of the first things that I wanted to point out is we've added a feature called field cloning. So if you hover over your field, you'll notice a new icon. Previously, it was the crescent wrench icon and the X that was to edit a field and delete a field. But now we have that copy field there that you can see the green arrow pointing to. And when you click that, you'll see a little pop-up that says duplicate this form field. Duplicating form field will copy all settings and configurations. So what in the world would you use this feature for? Now, a lot of our customers like to use the keyword, the bonus keyword options in their promotions. And with that, they use multiple keywords. So rather than, creating the field, then jumping down, clicking add field, and then generating a new field and changing the settings, with our repeat types like always show or hide after first completion or autofill after first completion, those settings will copy down to the next keyword. So if you want to maintain those settings for all the different fields, then that is a great option for that. If you're also using input fields, if you're asking additional information about somebody and you want to be able to copy over the settings of each of those fields, we just see it as a way to speed up the process of creating your entry forms and really streamlining that and trying to create as less steps, the least amount of steps as possible in building out promotions. So that's why we went ahead and added that. I'm sure you'll find some other creative ways to use the field cloning feature, but I wanted to make sure that you were aware of that. The next one is a big update, and this goes for people who have access to a network of accounts. And when I say network, I'm talking about accounts that have a parent-child relationship. So we have a lot of customers that are TV stations, radio stations, marketing agencies that may manage multiple accounts from one parent account. And if you aren't familiar with that, then most likely you don't have an account set up like that. But for those of you who do, we have now created a way in Userbase to search users across the entire network. Previously, you had to jump in and to each station if you wanted to look somebody up and see if they were available in there, to be able to see what their entry actions are. Another great feature that this has added is the ability to delete somebody across the network if they reach out and say, hey, it's my right to be forgotten. I want you to delete my information. So if you have campaign participant who reaches out and wants their information gone, you just go into Userbase, and in this little green highlighted area at the top here, you'll see you can enter their email address that they've entered with, search it, and you'd have the ability to delete them out. But also within Userbase, in my example here, I created a filter called All the Tims. So I wanted to find everyone named Tim across my entire network. And of course, you can add several different conditionals to really dial in the data. Like for instance, I could say all the Tims, or anyone whose first name is Tim and has entered a contest before the first of the year. Then it would give me a list of everyone who was named Tim who has entered promotions before a specific date. So with the second little green highlighted area here, the search child accounts, if you check that and you're in an account that has parent access. In fact, if you're in a child account, you actually wouldn't even see the option to search child accounts. So within the parent account, you will be able to search across the entire network. If at any time, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to put them in the Q&A section of this call. Again, Kitty's standing by to answer any questions, and of course we can answer some live on the call as well. Another one that we haven't officially announced yet, but is available to use today, is the option in galleries to have anonymous voting. So with anonymous voting, it means that they don't have to sign in initially to vote on a photo or video or audio clip within a gallery. But what we do is pop up a CAPTCHA test. So you all know and love these CAPTCHAs. You can see I've correctly identified all the stairs in the picture. And what this will do is set a cookie on the individual's computer that will allow them to just vote for that one time anonymously. And then, depending on how the settings are, once per day, once per hour, or entire contest, then they would have to return per hour, per day, or entire, or they wouldn't be able to vote again if it was under entire contest. So we have added anonymous voting. Previously, you've had the Facebook option, Facebook or email, or just the email option. Now with anonymous, you can still collect personal identifiable information, or known as PII. So what's going to happen is they'll click vote, they'll get the CAPTCHA pop up like we see here, so we can try to weed out as many bots as possible. They'll verify, and then their vote will take place. They have the option then to input first name, last name, email, phone number, zip code, all those little check boxes that you see on the screen right now, but they can also skip that as well. There might be some use cases where you want to use an anonymous voting within the gallery, but in many cases you want to use, you want to be able to collect an email address before somebody can vote. But we want to give you those options. This has been requested, and we listened and added the feature, which leads me to kind of the meat of this call today, and that is submitting user feedback. Now, it's my hope that all of you on this call are familiar with our chat feature within the admin. So let me go ahead and pop up an admin view here so you can see exactly what I'm referring to. So let me go ahead and share my screen within the account manager. And you'll see that in the bottom right-hand corner, there is the chat feature. Hopefully you've all used that and have got a satisfactory response. We try to be quick. As you can see, our typical reply time is under 3 minutes. So my suggestion would be to rely heavily on this panel. This is where we announce things. You can search for help here, and if you can't find it, then you can send us a message. But kind of buried down below is this button that says, what can we improve? And it gives you an option to share some feedback. Now, there's a couple of ways of sharing feedback. For instance, in the past, before we added this feature, you could reach out to one of our lovely customer support agents and say, hey, it would be really nice if you had this feature. And then the agent would go through and kind of work through some of the details of that feature with you, and then they can submit a ticket into our developers in hopes that someday that feature will be added. Well, we wanted to give you all a little bit more of a voice when it comes to sharing feedback. So you have a few options here. You can actually see some of the feedback that has previously been shared. There's 5 per page, but if you scroll down right now, we currently have 7. So I went ahead and added this, we want your feedback as a demo. Now with this feature, you can click into it, you can see what the feature is here. I'm just talking about the new feature that we've added. And if this is a feature that you would like added or that you agree with, you can go ahead and click the little heart. You can also leave a comment. I could say, yes, I really want this, and submit. Now, of course, this is just my demo feedback here, but let's get into how to submit and look at feedback. So for instance, here's one that says integrate Google Tags within a contest setup. Right now it's under review. Well, I really like that. I want to add some Google Tags for my marketing efforts so I can vote on it. It will click in, my vote is counted, and I can leave a comment or just leave it as is, and I can view other feedback within the dashboard as well. So what's nice about this, though, is if you submit some feedback and it gets moved through our ticketing system, you can see in the same time frame as we see it on our end, if it's in progress or under review or even completed. So this one right here, ability to change font colors for surveys, polls, and quizzes. I don't know if you've noticed, but currently our fonts are only white on those. So this is a key one that would be great to be added. It has been added and is currently in progress. So I like that one. I'm going to vote on it. So what I'm trying to get at here is we want to give you all a voice on the direction of our products here within Audience. So rather than just voting, you can also click in and share your own feedback. You can give it a title. And I could say, I want the dashboard to be updated. Now that's a big ask and pretty generic, but then you can fill out your description of what that would look like. And then you're asked, how would you categorize this feedback? Is it a bug? Is it a feature request, or is it an integration? As you know, we try to integrate with as many third-party platforms that collect first-party data as possible. So you have those 3 options right here. Maybe one of your feedback suggestions would be how to have more categories on feedback, but currently we just have those 3. So this one would be a feature request. If there's any sort of screenshot or something that I would like added, then I would choose a file and go ahead and add that. Now, feel free to report any bugs here. We do see those. However, I think that you would see a quicker response on bugs if you did chat directly in with one of our support agents. But either way, you can report bugs here if you suspect there's a bug in the platform. But we really want to hear what type of feedback you have for us. Now, when you click share, then we get a notification, we review it, and then it can pop up here within the dashboard. Here's another one that's in progress, so I'll go ahead and vote on that. And if I wanted to, I could leave a comment there. So hopefully you feel like we're trying to hear the voice of the customer. And we really want you to utilize this again to access it. You just go into our message center here and scroll down and click what can we improve. So I'd love to hear if anyone on this call has any suggestions. Feel free to jump into the admin and share some feedback there. We review it. If other customers of ours like it, then they can vote on it and so forth. And we're really excited about this feature. And again, I can't overstate enough that we hope that you look into this and use this. So with that being said, are there any questions on any of the topics that I have presented today? If you've arrived a little late, I'll have Ketty repost the U-link within the chat there so you can all access that and go ahead and get added. So I'll give a few seconds for some questions. It looks like we have a quiet group today. Maybe everyone's hoping to get that $100. I know we could all use a little extra cash to Amazon right now. So anyway, if there aren't any questions, then we'll take this time. I'm going to allow Ketty to pick a winner and DM it to me so we can announce it on the call. Now, remember, you have to be present to win. And once you've been picked, go ahead and raise your hand. So it looks like we do have a winner. And Brock Matthews, if you are on the call, go ahead and hit that raise hand button so you can shoot to the top there. There we go, confirmed. We have Brock Matthews. Congratulations. We'll send that $100 gift card out to you as soon as possible to the email that you signed up with. Thank you, everyone. You can see on the screen all of the different ways you can reach out to support. Thanks for joining this call. I know it was a quick one, but we had some exciting stuff to talk about today. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and this will be recorded and available within 24 hours. Thanks. Bye.